Boom! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of the American Idiot Show. We are back after a 3-week hiatus to talk about Premier League football that is now on hiatus. You know what I mean? But we're gonna talk about Arsenal. We're gonna get down to the brass tacks on whether or not we're gonna win the league this year. We're gonna give some players some report cards today. People, we got the tiered list ready to go. But yeah, everybody coming in, smash the like, smash the sub if you are in fact new. Acers is already in the cut. Big up Acers as well. And if you guys haven't noticed, before I introduce my esteemed panel here, there is a QR code right here if you are new to the channel, and you can participate in the chat if you are not sub to the channel. But if you are new to the channel, it's easy to just either click the freaking the subscribe button, hit a thumbs up, or scan this QR code, and it will guide you towards the light of subscribing to the channel. But joining us today, first of all, big up Dal. How are you, my friend?
Yeah. Doing great.
Good,
doing
man.
Great.
Good.
Can't complain. It's Friday.
Yep. Joining us today, we have Don Juan himself in the robe. We got Don Seed, and he's got the Arsenal. It's the Arsenal one, man. That's sick.
It just needs like a pipe, just a little pipe.
Yeah, exactly, man. The Don Hefner. I was calling him Don Hefner in the back room. But how you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, man. I'm just happy that the visa came through last minute. True say TJ and Dell hooked me up again. What I'm saying, and I appreciate to be an American idiot because I'm an honorary American, and I'm definitely an idiot, depending who you ask.
Bro, me too. Yeah. You ask my wife, she'll definitely confirm that.
Yeah.
That I'm the idiot, not you. I'm definitely an idiot.
Yeah, Don's definitely. I'll confirm Don's an idiot. Okay.
Oh wait, my wife says the same thing to me, bro. It's fine. I feel your pain.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. They got to keep us in line, though. It's totally fine. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, smash the like, smash the subs. Acers is saying, unfortunately, Fraudteta won't be winning any trophies this season. More merchandise out in December. I can't wait. The European tracksuit is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll have to check it out.
That's nice.
If they got robes, I'm getting one. That's just the way it is.
No. Now I need one. Now I need one, bro. Absolutely. That's absolutely true. But all right, guys, let's get into it. We are top of the league. We limped out of into this last international break, obviously drawing to Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. I don't know about you guys, but a couple of the panel shows that I was invited on, they were expecting me to freak out and say, oh my God, everything's over. We're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, throwing the toys out the pram, whatever you want to say. And you know what I said? I said, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking at all. A couple of bad passages of play. Some people went to sleep at bad times. Obviously, Broby's been all over it this season. Nobody was shocked by that. I don't think. Sunderland have been delivering those games to get points all season long. So when I first of all, I was in South Bend, so I had to watch the replay, and everybody was freaking out about how poorly we played. I don't think we really even played that poorly. I just think we didn't rise to the occasion. We fell asleep at certain parts of the game, and we dropped points, but on the balance of the season, I think we've been doing a fantastic job. And I'm not too concerned. But again, I'm still in the ask me after Tottenham and Chelsea boat firmly, and then I'll like I said, I'll get out the chest. But we'll start with Don. Don C, man, what are you thinking? How are you feeling right now about Arsenal?
Do you know what? Right, I was sipping a friggin' what was it? A Mai Tai. Watching the match. Yeah, and
cheers, by the
when
way.
we drew, cheers. I really didn't care about the draw because I knew that at some point we're gonna have to drop points. You know what I'm saying? At some point, like it's like this year, we've won 8 games on the bounce, and no team has been able to score against us. And look at the teams that we've played. All right, so to actually get a draw, and to be honest, on the run of the play, we deserved a draw. We didn't create that much. On another day, let's say the Moreno shot would have went in, the elastic save, the Zubamendi that hit the bar would have went in, and so forth. Right? That's another day. But then, I'm not gonna like kind of have a rant over one game where we've had 8 games that were actually excellent. Do you know what I'm saying? 8 excellent games, bro. Right? And like I said before, dropping points is not the be all end all. Do you know what I'm saying? We was about to do. What I want to see now, what I want to see is the bounce that we have coming back. Because like, what I want to see is the bounce that we have coming back, right? Because that's the most important thing. Because it's international break, Arteta has gonna come up with a few more ideas, whether it works or not, we shall see. We've got a lot of injured players coming back because what people don't remember is that we had Trossard, Moreno, and Saka, right? You can see how much Zubimendi means to this team. And I know, like let's say someone like me and TJ have been on his throat like quite a bit lately. But then when you take him out of the team, you realize how much pressing he does do from the front, right? How much running he does, yeah, how much he links up play. Because Moreno was literally the worstest player on the field. But we know that every single time he plays, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new. Normally, we could bring on either a Martinelli at least, a Madueke. Yeah, they're all injured. You know what I'm saying? Odegaard, injured. Jesus, injured. Even at the Havertz, he's injured. Right? So Sunderland, they're in full position for a reason. Yeah, forget if they just came up. I don't care if they're not going to be there at this point in the season. Because if we're going to talk about that, yeah, Man United are in 7th. Do you get me? So, like, we've got to be kind of cordial in a certain way. And like I said, I understand it's a draw. Should we have won that game? I don't believe so. I just want to see. Do you know what it is? Because TJ, you said in the next 2 games, the next 4 games is more important for me because 3 of those are London derbies. Yeah, within Tottenham, Chelsea, and Brentford. Right, and in between that,
you can't overlook Brentford either, man. You can't overlook Brentford either.
And then after that, we have Aston Villa. You know what I'm saying? Aston Villa with Emery is one of our 50-50 teams. Like a lot of the times we draw or we just get a last ditch winner with them having a crap load of chances, opportunities. So it's like the next 4 to 5 games are so important for us. You hear me? But the great thing about the next 4 to 5 games, we're going to have a lot of players back. So we don't have to rely on players like Saka. Because don't get me wrong, Saka's been poor this season. And I'll be one of the first ones to shout out. Cool, he scored goals, but then that's overshadowing what I've been seeing. Yeah? He's nowhere near our best player. If anything, he's been Timber and Zubimendi, in my opinion. This is what I'm saying. Because Timber is literally what it says on the tin. If it's baked beans, it's definitely baked beans. It's not pork rations. Yeah. And Zubimendi is a brilliant passer in midfield. He's a player that no one is actually talking about in Arsenal because he's not that flair player, but he's the one that keeps us ticking. If there was ever a pre-assist, he will always get that. Because he's the one that
he's always quarterback in the play for sure. Yeah.
And he's the one that's actually making Declan Rice do all the running and be safe so Declan Rice doesn't have to stay as the DM. You know what I'm saying? So like Declan Rice is playing as like a number 7, a 7/6/8 kind of player because of Zubimendi. And people are not realizing that. This is why I'm okay. Like me personally, I'm more worried about 2 things. Just 2 things. If we get injury into midfield, and what are we going to do for the next 4 or 5 matches? Yeah. But what kind of reassures me in that sense is the fact that we had a hard 7-match start and look where we are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's one of those things where for me to actually be like, you know what, right? Have a quick rant on there. I'll be disingenuous, and especially to Arteta. And I'm not his biggest fan, not by far. I still want him out of the club, but right about now, we're in a perfect position because we all know that Christmas is coming up so fast. And one more thing, bro. What's Arteta going to do? Because it's easy for Arteta to pick his team at the moment. But what's he going to do when every single player comes back by the beginning of December? What's he going to do? Because that's when you kind of see where Arsenal is going to be just by Arteta.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, and this is why I'm going to give, like, spoiler alert, I'm going to give Arteta a higher grade than people might have thought, is because I think he's been navigating the injuries a lot pretty well. I mean, and look, like, people will say, oh, yeah, well, it's Arteta's fault that the injuries are there in the first place, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not going to go into all of that, but what I will go into is the fact that he's navigated it very, very well against top teams in the Premier League. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, because you look down the road and you look at, I'm looking at the injury list right now. You have Odegaard back at the beginning of December. You have Kai Havertz, who right now, I hate to say it, we could use him. You know, he will be back. He should be back in the lineup for Spurs. Gabriel Jesus is a little bit farther back. We don't know if Gyökeres is going to be back, but I think Gyökeres has been playing well. I think he's been utilizing him well as well. And then you got Madueke potentially coming back. I'm not going to say he's going to come back, but we could use him as a fill-in on the right or on the left. Let's be real. I mean, sometimes Trossard takes a while for him to wake up. I think Trossard was meh. Like outside of his goals. Like, I think the goals are kind of painting over the cracks with Trossard a little bit. I still think that there's a level that he brings. And yes, that was an absolute fucking piss missile banger that he scored against Sunderland. Piss missile banger. But outside of that, like, some of the play is just like, man, I would give you like a 5 or a 6, right? I just think there are players that take on their man a lot better than Trossard does. And, once we get a Nani Madueke back, or we get an Odegaard back, and we can put Eze on the left. Eze will cook on the left, and we'll actually be able to, utilize these players to what they need to be utilized for. Dow, let me throw it over to you, bro. How are you feeling about Arsenal right now, man?
Kind of up and down. I mean, I know we got like you guys said, the injuries coming back and so forth. And I 100% agree with Don C saying, we will drop points. Like, that is football. We are not invincibles. We don't have Henry and Bergkamp and Sol Campbell and Patrick Vieira, right? We have players that are very good, but not at the level to where we can just win every weekend out, maybe a draw or two. We are going to drop points. We still have, 27 more games to go. It's just a fact of life. Are we going to lose those games? Is debatable, but draws, yes, we will draw games. There will be night games where it's pissing down rain, and we may draw 1-1, 0-0, 2-2s, right? It's going to happen. So, and the thing, but the most I'm upset about, if you just particularly about the Sunderland game, is we had the lead, and it was Arteta made the mistake to just put on one sub, to put on one defender that opened the door for them. But at the same time, there wasn't much of a selection. I had said on previous shows that, hey, you can move players around, right? You could put Trossard in the middle. You could move Eze on the left and put Nwaneri in. You can move things around, which obviously he didn't do. So that, again, is another strike against him, because it's some of the same patterns that we've seen for the last 5.5 years. And I don't know where his mind gets to where, yeah, we're up 2-1. Yes, it's a tough place to play. They're a decent team. And you guys are right. It doesn't really matter if they're newly promoted. They're there for a reason as well. It's just like, we had the freaking lead. Yeah, and I get upset at that kind of stuff, right? But overall, having some of the main players come back is fine. And I agree with you too, TJ. As much as I want Havertz out of the club, we need someone that could at least is somewhat more mobile. Obviously, the Moreno. I think Gyökeres will be back for the Tottenham game. I think it's just a slight muscle strain.
Yeah.
So even having him back will be huge going, against Spurs, because they're not going to know how to deal with him, bro. I think that defense is tragic. But overall, I'm not, I'm not overly concerned, but I'm not, really that hyped either. I'm really right at 50-50 right now, because a lot of it is so early, and the good things is we don't have to go back to Anfield, right? Because we already lost there. We don't have to go back to United or Old Trafford, because we have, maybe in a cup game. And so we got 2 of the big ones out of the way already. And one of them, and we got 4 points. 3 points out of that, right? I mean, if it wasn't for the Szoboszlai goal, it would have been 4 points, right? He scored a worldie, just like Trossard scored an excellent goal. That second goal against Sunderland. Those things happen, but at the same time, I can't get gassed up for the future, because I don't know what kind of tricks this manager is going to pull, like he did in the last half of Sunderland. And I think that first half was absolutely disgusting. We were
Yeah, it
falling
was.
over like a bunch of drunken ballerinas. They're touching our shoulders. We're falling down. We're trying to play this defensive sort of attacking combo that really didn't work because we didn't really have a striker. And pick up Kyle Walsh. I just think that
Big up Kyle
This
Walsh.
manager-
But before you keep going, Dal, real
Yeah.
quick.
Hey, yo, what is going
Look
on?
at that dirty
Hey, yo.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's here. Big up
up,
Flawless. Flawless is
What's
joining
going
us
on?
here for a little bit. What's up, man? How are
There
you?
goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, there
Big
goes
up
the
to
neighborhood,
you,
bro.
bro.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, man, the neighborhood. You know what it is? The
Stream
just
real
rolls.
quick.
You feel me in that? Because you got Dal here holding it down, and then these two fraudulent individuals. But big up to you, Dal.
What?
Big up Don C
Yeah,
as
man.
well. Big up TJ. Don't
Yeah,
tell
they're
us with
two
the
fraudulent individuals, aren't they?
Yo,
He looked like Don Hefner, and TJ's
Yeah.
talking about the
Done.
Kansas City Royals on his head. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Don Juan conversations, man. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm never gonna get over that. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, no, big up Flawless, man. Yeah, sorry.
No,
Finish
that's
your
okay.
thought.
Finish up and we can get to the king down here. I just think that this manager is going to make more mistakes like he did in the second half of Sunderland. It's inevitable. And like Carl wants to say, we're not winning anything. But who's going to win it? And in my vote right now has got to be Man City. And I said Man City at the beginning of the season. I thought last season was a wobble. Holland scoring goals for fun, and they've found a rhythm. And we've kind of dipped in a rhythm a bit. That first half, Sunderland was awful. The game at Fulham was awful, even though we got 3 points. So I don't really know what to believe at this point in the season, and it's definitely before Christmas. So there's still a lot of football to play, a lot more injuries to happen, a lot more injuries to come back. So at this point, I don't know, TJ. I'm really 50-50 on it, to be honest.
Dude, my only, I'm not going to call it a rebuttal, but my only rebuttal would be like, if you had told me back in August that we would only have one loss and 2 draws in the league,
Right.
going up to the Tottenham game, I would have been like, I'll take that all day. I will take that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not happy in the manner that we got the 2 draws. I mean, I'm not very happy with it. I'm not happy with the way that we got the loss too. Like, let's be honest.
Right.
That Liverpool team now they're looking like a bunch of fucking paper tigers. I can't believe looking back on that now that we let them beat us. Right.
Well, yeah. One thing I want to add too, TJ, and you guys all know this on the panel, and of course everyone in the chat, we're a different team in March. Like, it's a whole different deal at come March, even February, right? We don't have that mentality of consistency built in us. Yeah, the first 7 games and not conceding shots or goal or whatever the stat is, that's fantastic. But will that happen come February and March? And I'm very much doubtful it will.
Oh, you see, Dal, the only saving grace with that one is that we've never actually had strength in depth come those times. So we've always run our first team players into the ground, and then once the first team players aren't there, then we have to rely on the likes of Reece Nelson, the Smith Rose, and all of that trash. Is what I'm saying. There's a reason why they're not playing for Arsenal anymore. So I'm trying not to come with that conception. I'm trying to it's not even that I'm being positive. I'm trying to see football for what it is and for how it is. This is why I try to say that. Do you know what? Right? What's Arteta going to be like with a fully fit squad? Because in the next 6 weeks, we are going to have a fully fit squad, considering that we don't get any more injuries to anyone in the current team. Yeah.
But
so this is why. I believe it's going to happen, but then I'm hoping that he rotates. This is why we all know that he's going to slot Odegaard back into the right on the right side of 10. Yeah, we all know this. So Eze's going to go on the left, but then with a fully fit squad on the left now, we still got Trossard, we still got Martinelli, and we still got Madueke, which can play left or right. So now that gives Saka a rest. When Havertz comes back here, and I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, yeah, flawless shut up.
Yeah, you gotta preempt it with the shut up, bro. You have to.
This is crazy.
Because we're doing Kai Havertz prop. Like, we're ready.
How you gonna tell me to shut up before I said it?
Bro, because you know what it is. I've actually worked with you long enough, like just like TJ, to understand what's coming next. I'm premeditated. That's called a pre-assist.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
You got it. Dude, it's like the disclaimer. You got to put a disclaimer on there, bro. You have to.
My mom will do the same stuff to me. She'll tell me shut up before I've even said anything. Like,
because
bro, I know your smart mouth and what you're like.
There you go. You just said it. Smart mouth, smart arse. You get what I'm saying? But
wow.
we've never had.
Look, I have it. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we've never had the. You see, This
You
is why I
see
call
what?
this-
I'm just getting us back on. I was just getting us back on track. You feel me? I was getting us back on track. That's
He's
all.
an ass. But yeah, we've never had this situation where we've actually had a striker and then we can take him off to someone that's going to score, let's say 1 in 3, at least. Yeah, 1 in 3. And then we could take him off and then put on a crapper Moreno. Yeah. But then what people ain't talking about is Jesus. You hear what I'm saying? Jesus can play anywhere along the front three. So that means every single one of those can get a rest. Bearing, I know that he's been out for like 10.5 months. I understand that, yeah. But then can you imagine? He's actually been in training for the last 2.5 months. All he needs is match fitness. You know what I'm saying? So come March, he will be ready for them. Hopefully, yeah. There's no more injury scares. And I know that Carnival in Brazil is quite early. So we never know that as well. You know what I'm saying? My biggest worry is actually in midfield. And I say that again. That's my biggest worry. Because if Super Mendy or Rice gets injured, yeah, I don't trust that Norgard dude. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah.
Moreno, do not go into midfield, mother effer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been calm for a reason, yeah? Wussa. Yeah? Do not go into midfield. But then again, this is where January comes in as well, because just remember the window's open. And if we sign someone in January, I want it to be a midfielder. You know what I'm saying?
Here, just real quick. Let me interrupt you. Big up, Big Six Mans for the raid. Big up Mons. Big up the entire crew over there. Absolute legends over there. Go and subscribe to Big Six Mans if you have not already, and if you have not subscribed to TJ Warren TV, we are back, people. So go and subscribe. If you are on Twitter, there's a QR code here. Just scan the QR code, and it'll grab you right to the subscription channel. So go over there and subscribe. It's free, 50 free, people. Hitting the like button is also free, 50 free. So go over there and do that. Go and subscribe to Donversation TV as well, and of course Sarcasm City TV. I want to throw it over to Flawless.
Hold on, TV. I'm sorry. Okay. I want to test our man Don C here.
Okay, go.
You're talking about Jesus coming back.
Yeah.
Why?
Mate, do you know what? Yeah, we're in 4 cup competitions. We're in 4 cup competitions. That's why.
God, Don, you're killing me.
Because
not only killing me with the road, bro, you're killing me with Jesus playing anywhere on the front line.
You know he can.
He was killing it before he got injured. To be fair, he was killing it.
He's out the door January 1st. I bet he's going to go to Everton or Juve.
He'll probably get it. He'll get one back to Brazil. I think.
I know, but I get what you're saying, Don. Okay, he's a player that comes back. Yeah, he can play in the front line, but is it that threatening? Does he have that 2020, 2022, 2023 things? You know, I just don't see, like, I think that's worse than Havertz. I guess I just don't see it. I'd rather have a couple of midfielders in, like Quentin Timber, Manu Kone, right? That I agree with, because the midfield, right? We lose Rice, to me, the season's absolutely done. If we lose Rice, it's done. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But I get what you're saying. I'll let you explain. But I just, like, that's, to me, is just putting a rotten egg into the basket, bro. It's just like, what's that really going to bring us?
Do you know what it's going to bring us? It's going to bring us the fact that we're in 4 cup competitions. Is what I'm saying. And that's the main point of it, because he can play in the Carling Cup and the FA Cup. I'm not necessarily talking about the Premier League or the Champions League, yeah. But then guess what, yeah? If we're in the Champions League further on and then we're winning 3-4-0, right? We could give him a run out. You know what I'm saying? In the FA Cup, he could play, or the Carling Cup, he could play with the younger ones right there. You get me? And that's his place. Like I said, strength in depth. You kind of got to use the players that you have for the cup competitions that you're in. This is why I said that the only place that I'm kind of worried about is the midfield. Everywhere else, we've literally got 2 people or a person and a half to cover, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is why I said come March, I'm not really worried anymore. This is what I'm saying. I just want to see what Arteta's gonna do for the next 4 to 5 games. That's because that's all I can do. I want to take 1 game at a time, bro. You hit me? Yeah, because you see, as Arsenal fans, there's certain people that say, yeah, we're topping friggin' November. We're going to win the league. No, shut up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that guy.
No, I get you. And it's great. Right? It's going to take more than 11 or 18 players to make all this happen with roughly 70 games 65 games to play still. So I get your point. Yeah. I just, I got to agree with our man, the Volcano. He's just, to me, Jesus is just a finished player, bro. But when you put it in perspective that, yeah, maybe he can fit in a Carling Cup game, maybe an FA Cup round. I mean, I guess there's something there, but I just and then if we play him, we go on to lose that game.
I don't think
that's
so.
just-
I
don't know, man.
I
But
don't
I'm
think
not
so.
trying to,
I don't think so.
I'm not trying to poke at Don C necessarily, but I just think putting a little bit of faith into a player that I'm pretty sure, Don, you would agree is about 80% finish. And maybe that 20% is there. Maybe it is, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do agree 100%. It's going to take more than the main first 11. It's going to take more than just 5 or 6 subs, right? It's going to take more than 17, 18 players this season. And I would say that for any squad.
All right, I want to bring in Flawless on this, but just before I do, I just think that like we have Mikel Merino playing in the 9.
Oh God.
Okay, that's all I got to
Yeah.
say about this Gabriel Jesus situation is that we have somebody that is a defensive midfielder playing in the 9 right now and playing and getting GA. Okay, that's not necessarily.
Is his best position a 9? No, I think he's better as a 9 than he is.
Bro, it depends. It depends on who he's playing for. Like if he's playing for Spain, this guy is a fantastic midfielder. If he's playing for Arsenal, I think he's mid, bro.
You know why? Because look at the difference in the caliber of midfielders. I'd look all right playing for Spain.
Absolutely.
But I ain't no quality midfielder. You got some of the best.
I don't know, dude. I saw you at the mall. I saw you at the mall, and you fucking putting in through balls, bro. I don't know about you. I don't know about that.
I would, but if you put me next to Rodri, I'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? I'd be okay.
Yeah, Rodri and Pedri. Yeah, exactly.
Pedri. I forgot
Right,
about him.
right.
Put me next to Rodri and Pedri.
Big up Staffy as well. Big up Staffy.
Big up Staffy every time. Yeah, Rodri and Pedri. But I think, and maybe as well, the way that Spain want to play, all jokes aside, and the way Arsenal and Arteta want to play, maybe it just suits him more being up top. Because I think for you lot, I don't think he's a bad option. Obviously, you don't want him playing week in, week out. But as an option as a striker, yeah. And he's not going to kick up a fuss. If there's Gyökeres and let's say it's Havertz and then him, that's a good trio to have.
But we can't put Martinelli and Trossard up there? We can't put Martinelli and Trossard up there?
You've been waving this Martinelli in the 9 flag for a long time.
No, again, it's an option.
It is an option.
Right.
It's an option.
And it's depth. And it's like Don C, like I agree, it's depth. Right, it is nice to have some depth. Finally, I still think this summer transfer window was literally the best window we've had in a decade, and I can say that with chest, because look at the players we picked up. And Zubimendi, I don't gas him up as much as you guys have, Don and TJ, but I do know if there's a player there. I just wish he'd hit the weight room and have a cheeseburger, put on some weight.
I said the same thing about Fabio Vieira, but he's still shit. Flawless, man. All right, so I'm going to ask the same question to you before we start grading players. As a neutral, well, you're a United fan, so you hate us. But as a neutral, looking at the title race, is this Arsenal's year?
No, I don't think it's your year.
Oh my God! See,
I don't think it's your year. If I thought it was, I would say it is. I think Arteta is I've said this before. Arteta, I think he's the person I look at. I look at your 11. I look at your squad. Is there? It's good enough to win the league. You have enough squad depth. We were just talking about potential options up top. You look how you've played so far this season. You do have the best defense in the league as well. Arteta's the one. I think he's just gonna mess it up. I think in too many games, like you referenced the Liverpool game, where he's made mistakes with his approach, with his lineup. I think there'll be more games like that. Now, could he prove me wrong? Yes. And I'll be like, hey, you know what? Props to Arteta, he proved me wrong. I just don't think he can get over the line. I genuinely don't.
Do you think his approach, and me and Don C were talking about this on your channel too, is it's like it was looking like he was learning his lesson. Do you think he's going to regress? I mean, he hasn't played with the lineup that he's gotten, and this is going to sound like I'm blazing Arteta. I'm not. I'm just seeing. I'm literally just seeing the improvements and what we've been crying out for the entire time. I mean, that starting 11 against Liverpool, embarrassing. The starting 11 against Man City, even more embarrassing, especially at home, especially with the form that Man City was on at the time. So, do you think he's finally learning his lessons, or we have more lessons to learn?
Yeah, he's improved to an extent because his lineups overall have been better. I've heard you and Duncy and Dal all mention how you've been happier with him because of his decision making. So I don't think it's a question of regressing. I just think that's him to a certain extent. I think his decision making will cost you lot. Not solely just starting lineups. Also, substitutions are put into that. Also, in-game management are put into that. Duncy made a very, very valid point as well when he spoke about a fully fit squad. How does he deal with that? That one's a question mark. Is he going to drop Gyökeres for Havertz? Does he drop Havertz for Gyökeres? Is it on who you're playing? All of these things. Because we've seen Slot with, everyone would think, that's why Slot, to an extent, is struggling because he had more options to pick from. Even though his tactics and even if he didn't have them players, I think they'd still struggle. I don't think it would be as bad. So the question marks over Arteta, his lineups, his in-game management. It's also with a fully fit squad as well. So, and yeah, once let's say you have a couple games that are bad, what does he do? Because I just don't think he's the guy to get you over the line. That's where it stems from. If you had a better manager, I'd be like, yeah, the league's yours. Big up to Tyrell.
I think big up to Tyrell, big up to everybody. Make sure you're smashing the likes, smashing the subs as well. No, this is where I think, and I want to get everybody's opinion on this again. This is where I think the rubber meets the road for this manager is like Don C the next 2, 3, 4 games where we're playing Tottenham, we're playing Chelsea, we're playing Aston Villa. Yeah, we're playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Like I want to see us pull out of a disappointing match at the Stadium of Light. As much as you want to say it, that was 100% correct. As much as I want to say, oh yeah, I'm not that worried about it. What I am worried about is the reaction. I need to see a reaction out of this club because and out of this manager in order for me to be like, you know what? Yep, I'm going to start talking with some chest now because this guy showed that, yeah, while he can get a disappointing result in a very hard match away against Sunderland, he can come back and just absolutely kick the shit out of Spurs. And that's what I'm expecting, by the way. Spurs are garbage. They are garbage.
Say it one more time.
Spurs are garbage. Like these guys are shit. I mean, we thought they were bad against. We thought we were bad against under Ange. They are just as bad under Frank.
Yeah,
I mean, and the football is less inspiring almost. I didn't even know. And look, I think Frank is a fine manager, and we're not going to make this into a Tottenham show. We will have a Tottenham preview, by the way, and it will be insane as it usually is on this channel.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying,
important for European champions. I hear it.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's all we heard about over the summer: European champions. But like, the football is shit, and it will eventually start to creep into the Champions League. It's already crept into the other competitions. What is Prime saying? Don C's just chilling in his row. That's what being favorites for the league and CL does to a person. Big up the panel. C. Yeah, Don C, bro.
There you go.
So it's an Arsenal robe.
Don Hefner, bro.
It's an Arsenal robe. You just need the tight sunglasses.
Dude, no, but I mean, Don C, like you were kind of mentioning it before, but do you think Arteta's learned his lessons and we can get over this? I mean, I'm just gonna call it a speed bump. I think it's a speed bump. I'm not losing faith yet.
Yeah, I think he's learned his lessons because he's shown that in the previous 8 or the 7 before the last one.
We lost one match all season, guys. Come on.
And this is why I said that I'm not even going, bro. Like it's rare for me not to even rant, bro. It's rare.
Yeah, it is rare.
So many streams, yeah. I haven't been cursing. I haven't been calling out no one out of their name. Nothing. I was calm. Do you know the funny thing is, yeah? I was on this pussy old show to watch that match, and I was still calm, bro.
Yeah,
I had so many drinks, right? That anytime I could have got all emotional and let things get the better of me. But I was like, do you know what, bro? Honestly, you got to look at the.
they look like brothers now, bro.
It's on the Christmas list now.
Yeah, but
both of them could break me in half. Pause. Anyway,
mate, no violence to my Arsenal brethren now. Now Tottenham motherfucker.
Debatable. Damn.
Do you know what? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, for anyone to be like, because it wasn't a fluke for us not to play Atletico Madrid and not even concede a goal. They're one of the best teams in Europe. Yeah, the best defensively teams in Europe that hit people on the counter attack. Yeah, and look at the teams like we beat Fulham at home. No one else could do that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to put things into perspective. And I'm not even going to say about the Man United game. No one cares about Man United. They're a team in the past. They're a juggernaut that's turned to stone. So I call them a gargoyle. It is what it is. Is what I'm
Ruben
saying.
Amorim, manager of the month, man. Manager of the month. Ruben Amorim,
keep it up in it because he didn't lose. Like he done his job.
Way to go.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Meanwhile, in that same month, we didn't concede 1 goal in the league.
It's all right, bro. Yeah, but for me, we just have to take our time. I'm not saying that Arsenal's going to win the league, yeah, because of Arteta, right? But we are in a great position. TJ, you mentioned it. Our first 7 games, no one expected us to be in this position, right? Fair enough, Liverpool has fallen off. That's not down to us. Fair enough, Man City has had a slow start. That's not down to us. For once, Arteta is doing his job. Like, apart from, like, it was so funny, yeah, before I say the next bit, I was more pissed off about the Liverpool game and the Man City draw than this one, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Bro, I was more pissed off just because in that game we had so many more different options to play, and he went with a 7 defensive-minded players in both games. This game, he used what he could. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You get me?
And we were winning the game up to like a minute before, right?
But bro,
Yeah.
did you know it's like, I'm glad you said that, because this is another reason why I won't blame Arteta. That was on Saliba, yeah, and he's been doing this quite a bit. Is if you rewatch the match when the ball comes in, yeah, and it was this pussy old that was talking about afterwards, right? Zubimendi went up for that header. Zubimendi has no right in our box going for that ball when Saliba is right behind you. Saliba is supposed to, took control of the situation, said, Rude boy, do this. It's just like the first goal. It was Declan Rice's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's the players that I wasn't expecting that keep on doing this to our team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about Arteta, this one. Arteta saw that they were breaking our lines, pause. You know what I'm saying? With that number 9, that 24-year-old Nigerian brother, yeah? So what he did was put a mascara. That was a smart thing to do. So he did all he could, yeah? Within that match, it's down to the players now. And I hate praising Arteta. That's what I'm saying.
That's where I disagree. He didn't do all he could. Bringing on one sub when you know the opposition is on you. They brought on 3 attacking players. They brought on
Hold on, I'm gonna look that up.
They brought on 3 attacking players in the 60th minute, Don.
Yeah, I get it.
To say, okay, let me move Trossard up front. Let's put Eze on the left and bring in Nwaneri and bring in and maybe just go 4-4-2 and bring on Norgard next to Zubimendi, keep Rice on the left or something. And I know I don't rate Norgard either, and I'm sure none of us do. But you would have had more defensive stability. And these are the mistakes that I think will cost us in not winning it, bro. You know, it's just it's this, and like I said at the beginning of the show, it's kind of the same pattern that we've seen, man.
I hear you, but then Saliba. Okay, look like this. It's like this, yeah. Saliba and Gabriel, they're supposed to be the 2 best defending pair in this country. That's what our fellow Arsenal fans say. Yeah. They should be able to handle that situation. They're supposed to be like, you know what? I'm taking control of the situation, yeah, and I'm gonna move a friggin' 5'10" player out the way, yeah, and then headed the ball out. But instead, right, he left him to it. You know what I'm saying? That's not Arteta. That's on player. Just like the first goal, that wasn't on Arteta. That was on Declan Rice for not jumping with the player. He tried to back him up here, and then he didn't run with the player. So there's so much emotions after that. I can't blame Arteta for that. This is down to individual stupidness.
Right. You can't blame Arteta for individual errors, but he can make up. But he does have in-game management errors. Would you agree that in-game management is not mixing the squad up a bit, not bringing on Norgard to solidify the midfield a bit, not we knew Eze was already gassed, who didn't have the best game to be, in all reality. You could have moved him a bit wide, gone a 4-4-2, or even practically a 5-4-1. There's other variations that this manager hasn't done in the past, right? And that's my frustration with the Sunderland game, especially when we had the lead up to the last 45 seconds.
See, I understand that totally, but it's down to our experienced players. We can't take it from them. They're the experienced players, bro. Like, I can understand if we brought on a Norgard and that happened to Norgard, then we'd be cussing out Norgard. Is what I'm saying. It was a moment, right? Like we've all played sports. Yeah, we've all played sports. So it's one of those things where when someone is 5'9" and you're 6'4", why are you letting your player do your job? Yeah, and then when you get beaten, I can't blame Arteta personally for being like, you know what? Yeah, he should have took him off. What would it take off Saliba, one of our best defenders, when he's not injured? There's no need for that. We should have sorted out that game. That was individual stupidity for me, not down to Arteta. And the thing is, though, I can't stand Arteta. I wish he would just go back to Man City. But then I can only see the players that's doing this. And to be honest, this is not the first time Saliba has done something like this. Just like when a hand is on Gabriel, that's not the first time he's gone down easy. Just like Moreno, he goes down too easy. These are the players that need to stand up and be like, you know what? I'm not being bullied by nobody. Yeah, I'm going to defend my box. Pause. Yeah. I'm going to defend my box, and I'm letting no one, because just remember, we are supposedly
Nothing
the
wrong with
best
defending the
defensive
box, bro.
team in England. Yeah. Oh yeah, defending the box, depending what kind of box you're defending. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
another-
true. That's true.
Yes,
forget what you mean in this
that's one
context,
thing I'm
Don.
good at. Is you know what? I'm even gonna say something, man. Sorry, go
See, that whole last 30 seconds with the Bobby overhead kick.
Great. Sorry, go on,
That's
as you want.
sorry, Floss. That's a David
It's all
Raya issue. David Raya should have called out keeper for that, ran a couple of yards, jumped up, and just caught it. Is what he should have done. He should have cleared them all out, and that was a keeper's ball. And he was having some howlers. Yeah, they looked like great saves, but at the end of the day, that could have been 2 goals for Sunderland. One ball bounced around. He's looking around for it. You know, so I mean, I think all
hesitate
things
to blame
considered,
anything on
are
David
probably-
Raya.
Well, go back and watch that last some of those issues. TJ.
The goals were not on David Raya, man. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that.
I disagree. That first one was not. That first one was a blast by Ballard.
You blame him for the second.
I think the second one.
I don't blame him for the second one either.
Because what? Because he left his line.
I think when the ball came in and Gabriel's Gabriel's basically would have been a pen in my book. Gabriel's acting like he's falling down. He's pulling Bobby with him. David Reyes should have seen that ball coming, cleared out the box, and jumped up and just grabbed it. Game over. He just didn't look that controlling in that game. Other games he looks fantastic. And yeah, they were great saves, but in my opinion, like even times we shouldn't be in that position.
I agree that we shouldn't have been in that position in the first place, but you also have 2 defensive midfielders out there that you could argue shouldn't have been out there. Like they were out there playing 90 minutes. They were 90 minutes plus. They were probably gassed. Like you bring up that he probably should have brought on Christian Norgard. Yeah. Okay, great. Like I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying there. But if you're gonna blame, I think blaming David Raya after the performances that he's put in and the performance that he put in that game in particular, like I just don't see it, man. Like it shouldn't have gotten to that point. It shouldn't have gotten there.
That's true. I believe,
and
whatever you guys are saying, I am on board with. I'm not trying to say you're right and I'm wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's
nobody's saying that.
Conglomeration of it all together, right? It's like we were up 2-1. He only made 1 sub. They were getting on us, pause to just, trying to get that goal. And he only made the 1 sub. And to me, it's just not good enough. You can't just make 1 sub when they've already made 3 attacking subs in the 65th minute.
Now that I can get behind. Pause. You know what? No. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say about the pause thing. Troops called this out on his Jamaica stream last night on the watch along, saying, "Oh, the pause police are getting out of control." It's Troops' fault, dude. It's Troops' fault that it got to this point. So Troops, if you're watching, I blame you for all of this, bro. It is 100% Troops' fault that everybody says pause as much as they do. This guy, go ahead.
Definitely, and it's funny.
No, this guy's been the chief. This guy's been the chief of the pause police for 5 years.
And I just want to say, you also have to blame him for the Me and Spurs affiliation, because he was the one who said all this shit.
Okay, no, we're not doing that. You could have jumped off that. You could have jumped out that stream for a long time ago, bro.
What do you mean? That was him.
Always a victim. It's never your fault.
I blame you for the AEOs, though. I do blame you for the AEOs. Yeah, but no. Getting back to the ball talk real quick. I'm not saying pause. Mascara should have gotten subbed on a lot earlier. I agree. If you were going to sub on Norgard, you should have subbed him on a lot earlier as well. So if I was going to critique Arteta for anything, I would say that the lack of substitutions, not necessarily the substitutions, but just the lack was there.
TJ, let me ask a quick question. I know you want to get into the grading and all
that.
Yeah,
get into the grades. Yeah.
He even had the opportunity to bring on the young kid Anus up top.
Yeah.
And take
I don't know if you bring on a noose in that. I don't know if you bring on a noose in that atmosphere.
You put Zubimendi up. You give Zubimendi a nice pass. A noose just actually sprints by the center back because it's fresh legs and he's an 18-year-old kid. And I know you're right, but that's again what that leads to what Don C was saying before, is you have to play the players that are available, and he was available, right? That could have been a burst of speed. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't score, but we're already up 2-1. I just think that the creative and using the game to your advantage still hasn't really sunk into this manager. And this is why I don't think we're going to win the league this season. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, and just final rebuttal, and then we're going to get into we're just going to go around the horn and grade some players, because I got to freaking, after this, I got to go freaking make dinner for the wifey.
Nice.
I don't want to put Herman Anus into a match like that. I think that he makes a mistake that ends up costing a goal that's detrimental to somebody. Like, look, I haven't watched him as much as I've watched Dowman or I've watched Winieri, and Don C and you have been listening to me for the last 2 years. Big up Winieri and big up Max Dowman, and say, hey, you know what?
Another option.
Youth movement time. Miles Lewis Skelly as well. I bought Miles Lewis Skelly's freaking kit. Like, that's how much I'm back in the use, right? But I just think there's a time and there's a place, and Andre Herman Anus has not necessarily gotten me to the point where I'm like, yeah, I want to see this guy play serious minutes. And I think everybody knew that we were, especially in the last minutes of that game, we were under the cosh in a big way, and that was an extremely, extremely dynamic second half. So I don't know. I get why you didn't play him, but I understand why you're saying, yeah, why not play him? You know, I get it.
Right, at
I
that
hear
point,
it. Yeah. All right, let's get into we're just gonna go around the horn and grade these Arsenal players. You know, and I guess we'll let Flawless grade, but I'm gonna say anybody in the chat can overrule Flawless. That's the rule that we're gonna make. So if you disagree with what Flawless says,
at least override it with a super chat. There you go.
yeah, if you can override it with a super chat, or if I think the argument is good enough, then I'm just gonna override it myself because I'm learning from Staffy to be a dictator. That's what I'm learning. So. Yeah. No, he knows what I'm talking about. Say shout out Staffy. No, sometimes you need to be a dictator to get things done, bro. Otherwise, things just don't get done.
That's true. You got delinquents like Don C out here. I hear it. Sorry, go
it's
on.
just the way it is. Oh my god. Oh, see, Don C, bro.
Yeah,
that's just. I would never let that fly, Don C. Actually,
mate, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm going Manchester City, innit? So that's fine.
Don't worry. When you go Manchester, I will be in London, mate. How about that?
Don't worry, bro. Like I'll tell my brother to meet me at the train station. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks just like me.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go in order here. We're gonna start with, I think this is Calafiori. We'll start with Ricardo Calafiori. So far this season, you know what? We're gonna start with Don, since he looks like he's struggling with this one. Don, what are you giving Calafiori?
C-.
See, this is what I was afraid of. Stick it between the mind. Fine, I'll
okay. I'll give a C. I'll put a C.
I'll put a C. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put a C. I'll put it as a C.
Quick reason why.
I don't think he's that good. Going forward, he's great, but then his original job is to defend, and this is why I don't want him to play against Bayern Munich, because can you imagine him against Elise? You get me? There's a reason why they come down our left side every week and rarely come down our right side. Look how many goals we've conceded. Well, not that many anyway, but most of our goals conceded. Bar the free kick and Haaland's goal, everything's come down our left side.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Any disagreements with that one?
Obviously, you lot would have watched much more than me, so I find it tough to disagree with that. That's fair. When I've seen Calafiori, it seems you lot have been defensively good, so it's tough to grade any of your defenders low, because you lot have been defending extremely well. When you go a whole month without conceding a goal, and there have been, how many goals you lot conceded in the league? Is it 3 or 5 or something like that? Is it 5?
Like
5. 2 of those was just the last game against Sunderland. So yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't concede in what, 13 hours of football.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah, it was insane. All right, Flawless Eze.
I'd say a C.
I know you watch pretty much every Arsenal game. So
I've stopped watching you lot like that. Like I watch extended highlights and that. But lot, two things. One, you lot win way too much, and 2, your football is not great like that. So I'm just like, I ain't watching these lot. Do you hate watches with Liverpool? I would say C for Eze. Yeah. I would say C with Eze. I would say so. I think when I've watched him, he's played well. Obviously, you want more output from him, but I think overall, I've not heard any of you, man, complaining heavily about Eze consistently. And I've not heard the Arsenal fan base saying that either, which leads me to believe even when I'm not watching him, he's playing to a good level. And Eze a good player, so I'd say C.
All right. I have, for some reason, my mouse just stopped freaking working. So give me a second. We'll keep going down the list though.
What are you saying about that? Because you lot will know. I'm genuinely asking.
I think that's low. I think that's low. I would give him a B. minimum. I think he's just so dynamic. Whether he's playing in the 10 or playing on the left. I mean, the goal against Crystal Palace was fantastic. I mean, you knew that was coming. It was pretty much inevitable that was coming. But I just think he adds an element of creativity in layers of the pitch where we didn't have it before. And I think when you get a creative spark in the midfield like that you can move out to the left, and when we get Odegaard back, I bet I'm going to move him up to an A because he's going to play that much better with that much creativity around him. So I just think that I think he's been fantastic. I'm not going to give him an A or an A plus yet because I think that'd be overstating the fact because he's only really scored one goal and got a couple of assists. But I just think he's been a revelation for us so far. And hey, let's be real, he's had to play out of position in most games that he's played for us. So out on the left, man, he's going to cook, I think. So, all right. Any disagreements? We'll keep them at C. If I can get my mouse to work, I'll move them over.
Yeah,
but
was I accurate with that? Were you not saying Dow done C?
What are you saying, Dow?
For Eze?
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
A B. I think a B is solid right now. He's only played 12 games for Arsenal. I mean, we've got to give him time like we did that donkey Kai Havertz, and I think there'll be times where he'll excel. But just needs to get in the flow. Once him and Gyökeres really get cooking, and even with Saka, I think there's a lot there. So I'm going to give him a B as well.
B. Yeah. All right. Flawless. We're overruling you, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely horrible pick. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, he's
for a guy who never watches. He literally says he doesn't watch the game.
He's a Salford City fan, so what do we expect?
Yeah. Again, it's credit to you. If I'm watching you lot consistently, you're doing something wrong.
I hate watching.
Outside of big games, if I obviously I watch you lot versus Spurs, but if I'm watching Arsenal, if you see me watching Arsenal, it's on my schedule on a regular. Something's going wrong for you, 100%. You know, win a lot and defend well. And
I didn't realize that Flawless was just an ambulance chaser, bro. Like this guy's just looking for a train wreck to laugh at.
Whether it's City or whether it's
Liverpool.
one of you three. Like when City went on that 1-12 last season, that's the most City I've watched in a minute. That shit was beautiful. Going into games knowing they was going to get beat. Oh, it was fantastic. That's like Liverpool now.
Or 15th.
Oh my God. That's absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane. All right. Yep. All right, Dal.
Right.
Gabriel Magalhaes.
A,
not A plus?
no, because he fucked it off at Sunderland.
Uh,
A plus is 100%, bro.
You blame him for the Newcastle goal, or you think that was a foul, even though you won the game?
I don't remember, but no, I don't blame him for anything.
I don't think that was a foul. I think he flopped on that one.
The cross went into the box and Voldemort pushed him, and then he got headed in. Obviously,
I think Gabriel's one of the best defenders in Europe. So A plus would be that he hasn't made any mistakes, right? Essentially, but definitely an A.
Okay. I don't disagree, and I'm not allowing any disagreements on that one. I would give him an A plus.
Yeah, of course.
All right. This is an interesting one. Don C. Victor Gyökeres.
Oh shit. Why did you give it to me?
Bro, I knew you were gonna struggle with this one.
Okay, all right then. If you watched the last match, you can see how much that we've struggled without him. Yeah, up front. Even though he hasn't hit the ground running, he's got more goals than Isak and Wirtz combined. Yeah, so it's his first few weeks, the first few months, let's just say. I will give him a B. Yeah, because he can only get better. You see a player in him.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't disagree. I think he's been pressing really well. I just think the only thing that are missing are the goals. I think the jury is still out on whether or not he fits into the system. I think. Goonie, any objections, my friend?
No, once the service gets clicking, we're going to see the goals. But I think at this point in time, a B is fair.
Yep, fair enough. Okay. Kai Havertz, I was going to put him in give it up or injured, but I'm just going to go ahead and put him in injured because he's been injured most of the season. Hincapié, I mean, is it too early for Hincapié to grade Hincapié?
Yeah, I think you need another column saying like NA or something like that.
Yeah,
because he's not played like that, but he's not been
okay. Well, I'll put in a row below. Here we go, and we'll just put too early.
Yeah, first.
Yeah, not applicable.
Too early to tell. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, we'll throw that in there. Too early to tell. Yeah, we'll put that in Kepa. How about Kepa? Actually, I'm gonna grade.
Hasn't he?
He's not made no. Has he made any?
He hasn't made any mistakes. So I'll put him in a C, average. He hasn't made any mistakes. But he hasn't played. He hasn't played in any meaningful games though either.
Acer says garbage.
Acer says garbage.
No, do you know he's a decent keeper, and if we didn't get it from Chelsea, no one would have a problem with it.
Well, yeah, that and his predecessor, that fucking clown from Bournemouth, that literally gave away a pen outside of the box, bro. No, this guy's heads and tails above him. I'll give him a C, but let's see how long. I might switch that in March when we have this conversation, because if we're not in the cups and he's responsible for that, I'm gonna have a big problem with him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have a big problem with if we drop out of the cups. Oh, okay. Up to the point, I'm gonna set the table for this one, and I think whose turn is it?
Don's.
I think it's Don's. Yeah, Don. Nani Madueke, up until the point he got injured.
Oh, you're giving me all the.
Dude, I give you all the hard ones. It's funny.
Okay. People, Prime. Fuck you. Yeah?
Prime's gonna clip this already. No, he's got his finger on the button.
Do you know what? Like, even though he hasn't got any goals and assists, right? And he's not garbage, right? Like,
no, I don't think he's garbage.
Everything, like, he does everything well apart from going to the final third. And even then, like, he's cooking. Do you know what? I'll give him a C. I want to give him a B so much, but he hasn't scored or gotten any assist. So I have to give him a C. He's been standard for us. He when we've needed him, like, he's been there.
Yep. Okay. No, this is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because I completely agree. What do you think?
My imaginary gavel. I'm giving man a D.
Oh, why are you giving him a D?
Because I want to.
You're just trying to. There's plenty of D's on here, by the way. Pause. There's plenty of D's.
It's a D.
Oh
D
my
plus.
God. D
but
plus.
I don't want to overrule Dauncey. I'm just making an objection. So you can put him as a C.
I agree. I agree with Don C.
Hold that, Don C. Make the objection, though.
I agree with Don C, because if you're gonna give Calafiori a C, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's harsh. I think that Madueke, especially in that Forest game, was very, very good. I think I think he takes on his man well. Pause. I think that he runs at defenders. He's fearless. He just hasn't gotten the GA. He has been woeful in stretches, but I think that a D is fucking harsh, but that's just me.
Really?
I think it's harsh.
I'm not overruling Dauncey. I'm just, slamming my gavel down.
You gotta slam it. The Goonie gavel. You gotta slam it down.
Gavel.
You know what? You know what? I want to hear what Flawless has to say about Mikel Moreno after we just talked about him for 45 minutes.
Oh, is that the next one, Mikel Moreno?
That's the next one. That's Mikel Moreno.
I've seen him play, because he plays up, like, obviously when he plays up top for you, he actually plays well. I don't remember him too many bad games of him. Like when he's not playing at his best, it's not because he's playing in midfield. Like, will point to the Liverpool game, for example, and like being in the midfield, like three. Which,
let me ask you this, Flawless: would you take him as a striker? Would you take him as a number 9?
No.
This guy has Harry Maguire playing number 9 for him sometimes, bro.
Hey, just because Maguire's got more goals than he's don't make him a 9. But I wouldn't take Moreno as a 9. No, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean I don't think he's not done well for you, lot.
Wow.
Facts.
Like I think he's a good. I think he's a good squad option. That's all. I don't think he should be number 1 or number 2, like first off the bench. But to have him there like you have now, because Gyökeres is injured, if I'm correct, and Havertz is injured. With what else you have, Moreno's like, he can do a job for a couple games.
If Martinelli's not injured, Martinelli's up front. So stop with the madness, Flawless. Where are you going to grade him?
Why is that? Why have you got this Moreno agenda, yo? What's going on? Well, talk to us now, man. What happened, man? What is it with Moreno? You don't think he plays well up front for you, lot?
I think he is one of the worst players in the squad.
Do you think he plays well up front for you, lot?
No.
I think he's
Really?
average.
I think he's immobile. I think his pressing is weak. I think the only thing he has better than Kai Havertz, he can actually make a turn on the ball and put it in the net when he's close. Other than that, he's a useless scumbag. Fucking
Why is he a
nothing.
scumbag? What did he do?
He's a scumbag, bro.
What did he do? I missed this. Gone.
He joined Arsenal. That's what he did, and he's related to Mikel Arteta anyway.
It's the relation to me. What?
It's the
Yeah, they
relation,
actually relate.
fam. Yeah.
All right, buzz. Well, yeah, Moreno, just because Dal said all that. See? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, guys, in the chat, by the way, you can't overrule Flawless.
Yeah. I think he plays well. You know, when he goes up top, I think he'll be harsh. I don't think he's the best player. No get misunderstood. He's not a great player.
He's bang average,
doesn't
like Acer says.
This I agree with. Acers. Go on.
Bang
So
average.
sometimes
Bang average. I would say
Them
he's a
average
scum.
footballers will do a job. He's the average footballer who can do a job.
Fairs.
I don't know about
All
that
right.
second part.
First.
I'm taking the next one because, it's my guy. It's my guy, Miles Lewis Skelly. I am still on the Miles Lewis Skelly prop. I think he's been great for us. I think he's gotten a lot smarter. I think he's been a fantastic footballer for us. That run through the middle of the park against Atletico Madrid. Oh my days! This guy is a fucking baller. I'm giving him a B. He's not quite in the Gabriel tier, but he has been on average a fantastic footballer this season, and he's a little bit more disciplined. He still has that edge to him where he'll get a card every so often, but I think his discipline is getting a lot better too. So that's why I'm saying MLS B. Don C, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll give him a B. To be honest, he's above average. He's simply above average. When he does come on, is he young and still raw? Yeah, you see that in his play all the time. But come on, man, look at that fucking run. Yeah, against Atletico Madrid. Yeah, come on. Wirtz can't do that. So for that reason, I'll give him a B.
Yeah, there we go. Wirtz can't do that 100%. Christian Mosquera. We'll go to Dal on this one.
B.
Yeah.
Does a job when called on it. So I think some people said he was at fault for the Liverpool goal, I think I've heard. No,
not Liverpool. That was a free kick.
No, there wasn't some. I saw something on YouTube community. Somebody was saying that he was at fault for something. Maybe it was a Newcastle. I don't remember. But he's done a job. And for 17 mil we got him from Valencia. That's a steal for an actually athletic, mobile defender that actually reads the game pretty decent. I know our man Lee Gunner said he's a bit rash, which maybe he has been in a couple of matches. But if you're a center back, you need to be rash at times. So I'm going to give him a solid B.
I think he's played, and this will reflect in my rating. I think he's played just as well as Saliba has when he's called upon.
I think he's been better.
I
actually think he's been better.
There you go.
If you would have said an A, because just remember he came on in the Man City match when he played the match before, and he looked a bit shaky after the first 3 minutes, and then after that he was our best defender. He's literally young. The price that we got him for, the no quality that we didn't know what he was going to bring, just to come in here. And then the thing is, we could dislodge Saliba or Gabriel, and I'm not saying I want to. If one of those get injured, I know who's coming on, and I know that he's rated and he's levels. So, bro, if you did, I agree with you with a B, but you could also give him an A, just because of the months that he's been here and what he's done since he's been there.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fairs. All right, let's keep moving. Martinelli. Who is this? Is it my turn? Or is it Flawless's turn? No, it's my turn.
I'll go. Hey, Dal, what's your thoughts on Martinelli?
Yeah, Martinelli, Dal.
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Redemption song. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go.
Song for the people. No. This was a guy we were going to sell last season. This was a guy we were going to sell the season before. And how many important goals has he scored for Arsenal so far? At one time in the season earlier, he was our top scorer in all comps. I'm going to give man a B.
Okay.
He's vital in the European. He's going to be vital, like Donce even said. We've got Carabao Cup games coming up. We've got FA Cup games coming up. We have more Champions League games coming. He has been vital so far in some of these European competitions, and he'll be vital for us in the domestic comps as well. Solid B for my left winger.
Okay. All right. Flawless, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I got a dip. I'm headed over, but
All right.
blessings for having me, TJ.
Big
man.
up, Flawless, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Done. See, always
Blessings,
love
brother.
family. Dal, always good chopping up with you. Hey,
Always.
big up to the community over here. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Catch up with all you man soon again, TJ. Blessings, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
having me
no,
on
big
here.
up, Flawless, big up,
Guys,
my
bro.
guy. Guys, go and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV if you haven't already. And Flawless, are you going live after this?
Yeah, I'm going live. This
Okay,
membership.
no, we'll redirect you over to you, my guy.
Blessings, yeah. Every
All
time.
right, I'll be in
Big
the
up.
chat later. Yeah, what is Flawless doing here? He ain't American. Don C isn't American either, but we gave him his passport, bro. You gave him a passport.
Multinational here, Arson.
Yeah, he's got his visa. It's all good, bro. It's all good, Arson. Big up, my guy.
All right. This is my visa. My
Yeah,
visa's right here.
that's his passport right there. That's his passport. Christian Mosquera. I think it's my turn.
We-
Too
We
early
just
to
did
tell.
mascara.
This is Mosquera. Give
No,
me a
not
beat.
Mascara. Sorry, Norgard. My bad. Christian Norgard.
Oh,
The names are too. They have the same first name, for God's sake.
we do.
Too early to tell. I think for him.
Yeah.
I would give him. I haven't on the when he's come on. I haven't been particularly impressed, but I don't think he's played enough for me to be like, oh yeah, I got a good sample size. You know what I mean? I'm going too early to tell. And yeah, I mean, in Arson and Capier has been decent, but I don't. Again, too small of a sample size for me. I think Capier is a little rash sometimes on the ball. He makes bad decisions on the ball sometimes, but I think it's just way too early to tell. I think they're quality players, though. I think they're quality players, and I hope Capier sticks around. To be honest, I hope he sticks around. Okay, we got Martin Odegaard. Up until the injury, Don C.
See. I'm not going to give no context to it just because he got injured, but he hasn't been playing well, to be honest. He did get one assist from a corner, Ole. But apart from that, he hasn't been great. This is why we've wanted Eze to play in that position and for him just to sit on the bench for a little bit. There's a reason in it. So for me to give him any higher, that's criminal for me. And the criminal just left.
Oh. Well, since you're a criminal, I'm going to whip out the Goonie gavel. And I'm going to override that C decision to a D. He is captain of Arsenal Football Club. He's as fragile as a feather. His name is Pillowfoot. He's worthless. He's useless. All he does is play with his hair, pick his nose, and make babies with his beautiful sweet.
He chefed his hair, by the way. He can't do it anymore.
Hair, which hasn't made him a better player. That's D level. D. The jury has spoken.
Okay,
Well,
Jesus. All right.
Fair enough. There you go.
Dude, I'm
out.
David Raya. That's mine. I'm gonna give him. Oh God, man, I just think he's been fantastic. The defense has been fantastic as well, but I'm gonna give him an A.
Fair enough.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'll give him that. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him an A because when he is called upon, especially leading up to the game against Sunderland, when he has been called upon, the few times he has been called upon, he answers the bell. I think he's been fantastic this season, and I just hope the form doesn't dip because of one bad game defensively. I think across the team at the Stadium of Light. Big up Sunderland too, by the way. Congratulations on that. That was a big result for them. I'm not even. That's like one of those things we talked about it, Don C. Afterwards, like, not mad, like
Not at all. Not at all.
I was furious.
bro. I was just
We had the
kind of was
lead.
like it is what it is kind of thing. What?
We had the lead. We were up 2-1 with the showed worldly. If it was 1-1 and it was just ended that way, or it was, 2-2, and I don't know.
Bro, maybe I'm just growing
I thought
soft.
the first half was ridiculous, but yeah, we don't
Okay.
have to dive in that anymore.
Fair enough. All right. Declan Rice. Don, I think it's
I think it's
whose
down.
turn is it? Sorry. It's
My
down.
turn.
It's down.
A plus,
Yeah.
baby. Ice, baby. A plus. He's been the catalyst of what is going on at this club right now. Yes, he had a slip up for the Sunderland goal. He didn't track back and catch Ballard running off, which was again one of the Sunderland incredible goal. We would have loved to score that. But for me, A plus. He is the engine that keeps us moving.
Bro,
You know
I completely agree with Arson here, but go ahead, Don C. Go ahead. Man.
I would have gave him between an A and a B. I want to give him an A plus simply because he should be doing better. Honestly, he should be doing better in a lot of games.
Slam your gavel down. Slam the Don C gavel down.
You can slam the Don C gavel. All right.
Hey, hey, hey,
Bro,
hey.
bro, I'm moving him. I'm moving him. I'm moving him down. I'm moving him down to B.
Hey. No, Don sees the override, TJ.
Yeah, I would
Oh
have said
my
A.
God.
I would have said
A
A. I would give it.
minus.
Okay, all right, all right. I just think it's crazy. It's crazy that we're not going to have an A plus, but we moved Gabrielle down to an A. Oh my God. Oh,
Do you know what? I have an A plus, but then that's if a player drops to me.
I know you're. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Keep going. Sorry.
Do
My
not
bad.
say it's Zubamendi.
It's gonna be Zubamendi, man. He's been great.
That robe has gotten to your head, Don. That robe is just diluted. The cells.
Don C. Bukayo Saka.
C.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately,
I'll give him a standard C because you know what? Yeah, I'm a Bukayo Saka fan. Yeah, I want this kid to do well. I want him to, big up Sam, good. I want him to take us to Wahala and all the rest of it, give us many titles and stuff like that. But he needs to do better. It's as simple as that. It's like this, right? Saka's brand has grown, but his talent hasn't, and that's scary. Because it's like, okay, he cuts in and does the same goals all the time, but it's not enough. He doesn't do enough because he could be missing, just like Trossard, in 18 minutes of the game and score a goal, and it's like all is forgiven. Nah, mate, it doesn't work like that. Because when another team can score like Sunderland, then we have to look at players like you. Because for one, just like Dow said with Odegaard, on the day you are a captain, lead by example. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, do more. Yeah, don't let the Eze just come in and overshine you. Don't let the Zubamendis, the Gokares come in and overshine you. You've been our star boy. Fair enough, I get it. It's good to have other players to score the goals and stuff like that. But you are supposed to be our best player. Be that guy. Yeah. So to give him an average score.
I completely agree. Dal, you agree?
100%. I think he's just Joe Willock with a little more pace and bad decision making.
All right, that's harsh, but all right, let's go. Let's go ahead and go to
what Don C summed it up perfectly. There's not the end. The goals are nice, but is there really penetrative? Like, is he doing penetrative runs in the box? No, and those runs are nothing but him cutting across in the middle and putting one far post with his left foot. It's found out. The defenders know that's all he's really got. And yes, he can be at the right place at the right time and score some great goals. And I do love the kid too. He is star boy, but we need more. And I agree with C. As of this moment in time, the C is a good rating.
Drew Don, are you a Liverpool fan? Now you're a Liverpool out. You're slot out. # slot out. Is that what you are? Man, who knew that Hussam was ahead of his time?
Back to the important topic, which is Arne Slot. Slot out. That is my analysis of the slot situation. # slot out. Slot out.
Just in time for the Hussam raid. Fantastic.
Oh, it's in time for.
What timing?
I did not. Bro, to be fair, to be clear, I did not see this coming. To be clear, I did not see this coming. He did not let me know. You know what? And just for the people in the back, who knew that Hussam was ahead of his time? Let's go ahead and run that back one more time.
Back to the important topic, which is Arne Slot. Slot out. That is my analysis of the slot situation. # slot out. Slot out.
Love it.
Big up Don Hussam for the raid, my guy. Big up Don Hussam for the raid. And to be clear, because he's gonna message me about it on WhatsApp if I don't give you this disclaimer, he'll get pissed off at me. He is not slot out yet, but he doesn't blame those who are. What a fence sitter, bro. What a Jordanian fence sitter, man. This guy's splinters in his ass. Absolutely unbelievable. But big up, everybody. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you're coming over from Hussam's channel. And, of course, go and subscribe to Donversation TV, Don C, my guy, Don Juan, down here in the robe. God damn, man. It just looks good. All right. Bill Saliba, guys. What are we saying about Bill Saliba? I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you dare go C. Not for the Rolls.
I'll go B because I think it was I think that would have been harsh. You don't concede only 3 goals up until that Sunderland game, and get a C. He's been good.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel has been better. I think Mosquera, when he comes on, I agree with Don C, has been better, but he falls apart a little bit sometimes, and he needs to be a leader. He needs to be and when we were talking about Saliba 2 years ago, we were saying he's the better of the two between him and Gabriel. I don't think it's a question anymore that Gabriel is better, to be honest. So yeah, no, I'll give him a B, obviously, but of the two, he's the weaker. If you can even say that.
Mm.
Dow doesn't like that one at all.
No, I just think that both of them are a very good partnership, but I think B's fair. And Mascara's fighting for that spot, right? And Mascara hasn't really put a foot wrong, but I don't know, man. But I think a B's fair. I think Gabriel just has that more of a leadership quality. He's more vocal on the pitch.
Yeah.
But I think the both of them together are still two of the best in all of Europe.
Yeah. I agree. I agree completely. Don C, B.
Yeah, B. I totally agree. He
All right.
like, yeah.
All right. Ben White really hasn't played enough for me.
Nah,
He's been
it's
injured,
too
hasn't
early.
he?
Too early to tell.
Yeah. What did you say, Dow?
He's been injured, but he's been injured. So I think he's more in the injured category than anything.
Yeah.
That's whatever you guys think. But either that or too early to tell. It's definitely
I think we got to put him in too early to tell because he doesn't get a lot of time.
Yeah.
fair enough.
That's and now this mouse is fucking up again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, too early to tell. I can't believe we're putting that in for Ben White. All right, we're gonna throw this one over to a guest because I knew I needed to land right here because my man Don C is about to put a grade on my signing of the season so far, Zubamendi. Hold that, Liverpool fans, by the way.
Do you know what, right? I think that there's been two outstanding players. One has been Timber, and the other one has been Zubamendi. People don't realize how much he makes Arsenal tick. And the reason why Dow is still loving Declan Rice is because of Zubamendi. The reason why we're getting those goals is because of Zubamendi. It's what he's doing in midfield. And he's not a words. He's not 120 million flop so far. You know what I'm saying? He's actually scoring goals. He's actually getting GAs. He's actually doing their job. Who would ever know a midfielder to do their job? Yeah. So saying that, right, because he just came to Arsenal, so I'm taking that into account as well. Because he has scored, unlike some 100 million players, right? I'm giving him an A+.
A+. Oh my god! Woo! Dow. The look on Dow's
Look at Dow's face.
Slam the Goonie gavel down.
There we go.
Down.
The Goonie gavel's down.
I'm only going one level. He has been superb to an A, but an A+, man. That means you're untouchable, which I still think Rice kind of is. But I will give Don C the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to say an A-. No, an A. I'm sorry, an A. A strong A.
Okay.
The A- would be closer to a B. So a strong A, close to an A+.
I agree. He's been fantastic. He's been the quarterback of the midfield when with Odegaard out. I think he stands out even more. He's a magician on the ball. He's so smart. Dude, Zubamendi has been if I was going to say who's my favorite outfield player this season, it's been Zubamendi. Just watching him play football is a revelation in the midfield, and we didn't see that. So comfortable on the ball, hardly makes any bad decisions with it. Like he's maybe had one bad game that I can recall this season. The rest of them have been, sevens or above for me. I'm going Zubamendi A as well.
And TJ, people don't realize we haven't mentioned number 5 at all this season. What is that?
Who?
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Max Dowman. Can we say Max Dowman?
Sure.
Dal, you rate Max Dowman, my guy.
Yeah, well, I'm on the brink of it's kind of too early to tell, to be honest.
Okay. That's fine.
He's only really been inserted in 3 games?
Yeah,
maybe
3 games and 3 games in the preseason. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but we're not counting preseason, right? We're counting the
Good point.
to where we are now.
I was impressed with what I saw.
I'm comfortable with too early to tell, but we know he's a talent. He's already been, Madrid and Barcelona are already lurking around, from what I read, Bayern Munich, etc. So we got to see a lot more what this kid can do. So I'm going to put him in too early to tell. But Don C, you got the gavel, you got the rope, you can override.
No. I totally agree, man. People need to stop hyping up this kid too much. You know what I'm saying? Let him play. He hasn't played enough. When he plays over 5 games or 3 games back to back, coming off the bench, that's when we can kind of judge him. Until then, it's too early, mate. Way too early.
Yep. Nope.
Cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Don C. Leandro Trossard.
See,
Yeah, that's it.
he's lucky I didn't give him a D.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Do you know? I was going to give him a D, right? But he can score some banging goals, and he scores goals when it's needed. So I'll give him a C because C is average for me. He's been out of so many games. Out of the last 8, he's had maybe a game and a half. That I can say you've been all right. The rest of the games, he's been like non-existent, and that's bad. You know
Like
what I'm saying?
Saka.
Like Saka. And the thing is, he's not actually helping defend either. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like he's giving Califuori like even more problems. All right. So see.
Okay. No, I don't disagree at all. And Goonie isn't throwing the gavel down. No Goonie gavel on that one.
No. It's kind of like what Arson's saying. He's got good moments, but he has scored some important goals, right? I think he may have more goals than Saka, or they're about equal in the Prem, not including all
Yeah.
competitions. But I read about the defending, though. I get that point, but I think he's being asked to be kind of the outlet man on that left side. But there has been moments that we've seen him and Calafiore work pretty well together, but no real end product in that build-up on that left side either. So I think a C is extremely fair.
Yeah, I think it's 100% fair. All right, 2 left, guys. I'm going to take Ethan Winieri because he's my baller. He gets a C only because, well, I can't say it's too early to tell because he has played well, but he hasn't played outstanding. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't gone out there and been like the guy, like in moments where he hasn't had like a Miles Lewis Skelly moment. I don't think he's had any Martinelli type moments either. I think he has 1 goal in all competitions so far. He hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, I will say that, but when he has come on, he's been solid for us. I'm going to give him a standard average C. That is not an indictment on him because I think if he gets more minutes, he'll be able to shine a little bit more, but I can't give him a B when you have consistent starters putting in performances in both the A and the B category. So yeah, I'm going to give him a C. Still my baller though. I don't care. Still my baller.
I agree. Totally agree. Like, he hasn't had the minutes, so you can't really judge a person that hasn't really played much. So
Yeah. And I don't want to, and I think he's just outside of that too early to tell
Agreed.
thing. So, all right.
Yeah.
And then last and certainly not least, we're going to give this over to the guest, your guy, Urian Timber, Don C. Hit us.
I'll give him an A. Honestly, I'll give him an A. Like,
Agreed.
to be honest, like he's been so solid. There's a reason why people are scared to come down our right side. There's a reason, and it ain't Saka. Because this man, last ditch tackles, last ditch runs, headers, like he even comes up with the odd goal. Can cross, can dribble. Like, to be honest, if we didn't have Reece James in the league, we'll have to be asking some kind of questions on who really is the best right back in this league.
I think I am.
Yeah.
I am asking questions.
Just saying,
I am asking
yeah?
questions.
And to be second to Reece James, you know what? That's no easy feat because he's such a baller. But Timber, yeah, like I said, what it says on the tin, Timber is that guy, and there's a reason why he's Mr. Consistent. Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of teams when they come to us, they go down our left hand side and not our right hand side, and that's just because we got Timber. You know what I'm saying? Our defenses look better because of Timber. So, A, easy A.
Yeah. Dow?
Ditto.
Yeah. No, I gotta slap a big fat ditto on there as well. And when he is called upon in the final third, he's so dynamic and he's somebody that people need to watch out for. He will, even if whether he's inverting and overlapping, mostly he's inverting, but when he's inverting, man, he's so calm on the ball, just fantastic in the final third, and he's a threat there, man. And you can extremely calm on the ball in the final third as well. I think he's been a revelation at right back, and there's a reason why I don't think you're going to see Ben White at this club for much longer. And
some icing on the cake, TJ. Sorry to interrupt. That
Go ahead, man.
He chose us over United.
Yeah, well, what else is new? People are choosing us over United all the time, and Liverpool. Shout out Zubamendi as well.
Wait.
But anyway, yeah, guys, that is the ratings. I will post this on my X/Twitter. If you guys disagree, agree, put it in the chat, put it in the comments. That will be the show for today, people. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Big up Flawless. Big up Husam for the raid, obviously. Big up Big Six Bands for the raid as well. Don C, do you got anything coming up you want to shout out, my guy?
Do you know what? I haven't at this present time, but just watch this space. It's what I'm saying. I'm a person that comes up very randomly. You see, the thing is, I need to do a show with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
Because it's been a very long time and it's just busy. Yeah, but my life is calmed down. I'm back in the country now. So once the football starts, you'll see more streams of me and Dow, and I'm gonna get TJ on my channel as well. This is what I'm saying, because I need to get in there, bro. I need to get the brothers on my show. You know what I'm saying? The last brothers. I need to get them on the show, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. And you can catch me and Don C every Saturday, except for this one during international break. You can catch us every Saturday on Sarcasm City TV, I believe, at 1 a.m. I believe that's 1 a.m. Sunday UK time, depending on when we play. But yeah, just keep an eye out on Sarcasm City TV. He's my bro. Ever since Tony Claude got his running shoes on and left. Dal.
Tony Claude. I'm doing a show with Tony tomorrow. Hey,
tell Tony to stop hiding, bro. This guy's absolutely ridiculous.
No, he wasn't hiding until the Sunderland game.
Exactly.
So,
Big up
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Thanks for being here. So going on, I'm doing a show with Tony Claude tomorrow. I think 8 p.m. UK time, but that could change depending on the weather. But yeah, no, shout out Tony Claude, shout out Don C. Let's make it happen. You get back, let me know. Weekends are best for me, and Fridays, of course, doing the TJ ting. But and big up Flawless for showing up for 17 and a half minutes, and big up everyone in the chat as usual. And thanks again, TJ. Great show today. I'm glad we're back. It's been 3 weeks, and we're back with the banger today. And other than that, I put a 25er on Holland to score against Italy tomorrow, so that will pay me $53.78. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, great show today. I love the ratings. I think we were all pretty much spot on. And I think I'm going to ask my wife to get me a red and white gavel. The Goonie
I think the Goonie gavel needs to be a thing now. I think the Goonie gavel is now a thing. All right, it is now.
Yeah, big show. Thank you.
It's now a thing, guys. It's now a thing. All right, guys, we're going to redirect you over to Sarcasm City TV. I will be live tomorrow for the U.S. men's team versus Paraguay.
Oh boy.
I'm going to call that a drink along, because that's going to be a fucking awful game. But I got to do it because it's U.S. content, so I got to do it. So I will be live. Yeah, I will be live. If you want it, Goonie, obviously, I'll send you the link. 2 p.m. Pacific time. I will be live, I believe, what is that? 9:45 p.m. UK time, guys. So go over there, hit a like. I will redirect you over to Sarcasm City, where they're doing a members-only stream. Shit, I might actually jump on there and yell at Flawless a little bit more. But anyway, guys, that's where Don C is going. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. If you like the show, comment. If you didn't like the show, comment anyway. Don't be a dick. And we will talk to you later.